So you start working with Triple Seis on his album Time Will Tell, right?
Yeah.
The recording process for that album started when he was still signed to TS, because you got features with Pun and Cuban and you know what I mean? And what, Veronica's on the album too, like Psycho Les is, so more Terror Squad, Multiverse people is a part of the album, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so
go ahead, I'm listening.
How was he able to like take that album with him after he left Terror Squad?
He didn't. He just started re-recording all new music with new people that were talented. Like I said, he forged relationships with people that he knew, I guess, from the hood and from the industry, and just started rebuilding. So Time Will Tell was a whole new movement after TS.
Yeah, but he got a Pun verse though, right? So, and that was way after Pun had passed though.
Yeah, so he was using whatever he wanted to use. He didn't care about like any logistics on if he could use it or if it was going to be legal or not. He was just going to do what he needed to do. And if he got a deal with it, then he was going to get a deal with it. That's just how that went. He wasn't like, taking all that, the masses or the music from the Terror Squad situation and moving with it. No, he wasn't doing that. But if he had a verse, yeah, he's going to use that verse.
So you didn't make any of the beats on the project though, right? But you engineered for the project?
Nah. Yeah, I engineered on certain songs with him. And I did produce songs that he got on, but it wasn't for his project.
Got you. Okay.
It was times that we would just make music, it was my production. So it's basically I could do whatever I want with it, but it wasn't for his project. If he wanted to use it, I would have gave it to him, no problem.
Any of the sessions that you can remember, like, that really stood out to you with features? Like, were you there for the Ice-T one?
You talking about with Seis?
Yeah.
Nah, he didn't do. See, so at that time, he wasn't bringing those kind of sessions to me. He was doing more grassroots type of music with me. He was bringing people that were, like I said, unknowns, talented, and some that were getting known. Like he had this man Headcrack. Headcrack had did some songs with DJ Honda that made it on Honda's album. So Headcrack would come with him, record with me all the time. I would do songs with him, as well as he had a group with his two brothers and a sister that they were like the Jackson Three. You know what I mean? They had so much talent in them. So he was working with them with me a lot too. And that's basically like where we stood with it. Like whatever he needed, that's how it was because of B. Like whatever he needed, we facilitated. It wasn't like I was like trying to throw the rope out and bring all this other, work in. It was just like, yo, you need me, I'm here for you. You called me up and said, yo, this is what I want to do. All right, let's do it. But so I didn't really have any affiliates like that come through. I guess just because the opportunity didn't present itself at the time for him when I was working with him.
How would you say that relationship with Seis was like? Were you guys close?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Seis is a real good dude, man. He's a down-to-earth dude. We were close. No shicey shit. No drama. No, everything was love, man. All love, always. Like, we got this saying, we call each other dumb bitch. He's one of the number one dumb bitches. I love him, That's how it goes. So all my people that I met through him too were all great people. So that's one thing that people need to know. Like, the industry is terrible, man. You get in the industry and all kinds of shiciness and all kinds of backstab happen because it's a crab on type of crab situation trying to get to the top of the barrel. It wasn't like that with them. It was all love. It was all family. And it was like, yo, if we get there, we got you. You get there, I know you got me. So it was all love. It was a beautiful situation.
Do you remember, or do you remember having like any conversations with him about him wanting to leave TS? Like, did he tell you beforehand, like, I don't want to deal with Joe anymore. Like, I just want to leave.
You know what's funny? He never spoke like that. Like, he was just making moves. That's funny because I actually heard something recently where I was like, oh, wow. I didn't even know that he was really on some like, look, get me out the contract. I want to go. He didn't say that. He just really was on some, I'm moving forward
Wait,
and I'm
where'd you
going to
hear that
do what's
from?
best for me. It was something that I think I heard from, I heard it in an interview, I think with you. I think he
Yeah, I
was
know.
talking with Cube.
I
And
know.
I
That's
heard
why
that and I was
I just
like,
wanted to do that because I knew that was gonna be your answer.
yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't even know he did that. That was when Cube was talking about that event
Right,
for Make a
the Make a
Wish.
Wish, yeah.
Yeah. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, wow. Because he didn't show that to me. He didn't speak about that. So that's another thing. They didn't hold that on their shoulders, that gripe, you know? It was just like, I guess in his mind, like, yo, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. I got to make moves. I'm going to make my moves however I can. And he had us there to help facilitate that.
So he ends up leaving, and what is your reaction when you find out that he leaves?
Um, I kind of wasn't too surprised because of everything that was going on. The tension was already in the air. It was a lot going on. I'll be honest, when everything happened with Cuban, that's when I knew that it was a done deal with that kind of relationship with them over there. And because again,
What
like
do you
you gotta,
mean the Jimmy's incident?
yeah, when the Jimmy's incident happened with
But didn't Triple Seis leave before Cuban had that incident?
it possibly was, but what I'm saying is that was the defining moment of
Got
everyone
you.
being like, that's not, it's no turning back, you know. This is what it is, and this is where we got to go because we can't mess with that side anymore. And like I said, when that happened, the tables turned on everything.
Right.
You know, Tony was even in a different position at that time. He was kind of in purgatory. He wasn't really messing with Joe too hard. He was just a solo individual as well. So I think all of them just was like kind of trying to figure out where they were going to go when that all happened and what they were going to do.